Holy crap. Let me just up my sound. Yeah, it's probably maybe a little bit louder. Can I shuffle up a little bit? Sure, which way is it? That's probably fine. Then I can volume control.
Alrighty.
Oh my god. This is it.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello.
Hello and welcome.
Oh my goodness. You are fucking delirious. We have gone nuts. We have churned through episode 7.
We're fine.
We have churned through episode 7.
Yay.
And
we're at the end, sort of.
This is the closest to the end we've ever been.
You just said that before we started recording.
I did.
Happy. Or perhaps just after we started. I actually wasn't. I didn't notice.
God forbid I rehearse jokes.
Oh yeah.
Are you ready?
Okay, so here's the thing. I want to say something before we start. Normally I say, God, I'm not ready, in order to like hype people up. Because I actually am ready, and I just want to make it seem like I'm being a little bit more crazy than usual. Today I'm going to say that I am absolutely 100% on top of things. Just like I was back at the very beginning. And not breaking apart at all.
So this one's the lie then?
You haven't... Aren't they all lies?
They are all lies.
Aren't they all lies?
I do love... We have, you know, back a week or so or more ago, when I finished editing episode 3, there's a part where I'm like, man, we should make a supercut of all of the times that I said this is too much for me. And I went and I started to go back and do that.
It's too many?
I got about 50 in and I was like, nope, I've had it.
Look, if someone else wants to make that video, it'll be like an hour long. But it'll be great.
It's too much for me.
I'd be into it. I'm not doing it though. Look, I'm just saying,
let's get started.
It's a great video idea.
We'll be sat on that menu for hours.
All right, let's go. Oh god. Oh, I don't remember who's talking right now.
He's really on top of things.
I'm gonna go with a neutral voice.
Please do.
When I came to, all was silent. The room was dimly lit, and yet it was massive. Where on earth is this? I was sitting in what seemed to be a very short sofa. I know who it is based on how long this is taking, and I'm gonna just keep going. It was very constricting and looked like there were several more of them off to each side of me. Oh my god. Once I noticed that, I realized that I was in a theater.
Oh, what the hell? Why are we on new images? How did this happen?
I have no clue.
That's better.
Yeah, that's better. They're not quite staring to my soul in these images. Where?
It is quite disconcerting how
it is a little.
Will and Leon just look straight fucking ahead.
It's great though. I love the design. I love how they look. It's just a little scary.
We gotta be consistent, except for that one Hideyoshi sprite.
Except for that one, which is the best sprite in the entire game. OG or not. Where on earth am I? I don't know how long I've been here. And more importantly, I don't know where this is. Beatrice's funeral ended. Everyone went back to the mansion, and
then the author stopped writing that part of the story.
I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure everything is fine. And after that, my memory gets fuzzy, and I can't recall anything else.
Oh my god.
Then, I was surprised to notice the presence of another person. Apparently, I wasn't the only one sitting in the audience seating of this vast theater. The sound had come from a seat to the side of mine. When I looked, I saw a girl sitting several seats off to my left. It was a face I had never seen before. Who is she? She looked like a high schooler or a college student about the same age as I was. You want to take a guess who this might be?
I feel like the only reason they're being cagey about it is because it's Angie.
She groaned. Apparently, she had just woken up. I didn't want to scare her, so I decided to introduce myself first. Hello.
Nailed it.
Apparently, she was equally surprised to find someone other than herself here. She jumped when she heard my greeting.
Who the hell are you?
I feel the same way. It seems that neither of us is here of our own accord.
Is that the one-winged crest?
Huh? Do you recognize this crest?
Yes, the crest that I
There's also on your arm, yeah. She looks suspiciously at the one-winged crest and placed it on my collar.
You can't even see it behind the hair.
I know. It's covering it. It's beautiful locks. Her stare, which was unmoving but not openly hostile, wasn't exactly pleasant for me.
No, that looked pretty fucking hostile.
Allow me to introduce myself first. I am Umineko Leon.
Umineko, huh? What?
Oh god, this is the perfect pair. Leon. Written as this, but pronounced Leon. Pretty strange name, don't you think?
No stranger than mine, but I'll have to apologize. I don't know who you are.
I love that we've got, like, the prim and proper, mostly prim and proper Leon with the, like, rough Angie. This is perfect. That's hardly surprising, since I don't know you either.
That's not what I meant. Who are you? There's no one like you in the Umineko family.
And why are you so sure? Do you have something to do with my family?
I'm a member of the Umineko family.
But that's...
impossible!
She showed me her left sleeve, and the crest of the one-winged eagle emblazoned upon it. I regret having asked the same question, but who are you? I've never seen you in the Umineko family.
First they tear me into little bits, then they make me read. What's next? Which witch am I supposed to be entertaining this time?
She spat out those words and seemed to be complaining about something.
Angie. I'm Umineko Angie. Rudolph and Kyrie's daughter.
What? Angie-chan? But you're supposed to be 6 years old.
I was 6 during the year of the final family conference under Kanjima. Now I get it. So you're a person from the year 1986. I'm 18 years old and I'm from the year 1998.
In other words, you're the Angie-chan of 12 years in the future.
I'm glad you believe it, but unfortunately I don't have a clue who you are. Who are you? Who are your parents?
My father's Kraus. Natsu is my mother.
That would make you Jessica One-chan.
Jessica is my little sister.
What's going on? Wasn't Jessica One-chan an only child?
By this point, I was starting to figure out the situation this Angie had come from. She's probably from the world where I awakened as a witch, the world where Leon doesn't exist. It will be a bit difficult to explain, but think of it this way. In a world slightly different from the one you know, I am also a member of the Umineko family. In your world, a different fate leads me to walk a different path through life so that I do not live as an Umineko family member.
Are you a witch?
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm just an ordinary human. What I just told you is something I heard from the witch called Burncastle-san.
Burncastle? The one with the long blue hair and the gloomy face.
Yes. That probably fits her, I think.
In other words, I've been forced to play along with another witch's farce. Just where is this place?
I only woke up a second ago myself. I'm wondering the same thing. It's gotta be Angie.
Looks like a theater. We're supposed to watch a play or something.
I'm really not in the mood now. Let's look for an exit. Yep.
You haven't noticed yet. Look.
Nailed it. 1 point to us. Huh?
No, fuck it. 50 points.
50 points for that? I mean, I disagree. But if you want to give us 50 points to catch up, I'm down for it. Huh? These
I don't actually know what the total is at this point, but I feel
It's
like
not
50
good.
is not going to make a fucking
No,
difference.
it's not. It's not. Oh, God.
Because the thing is we never give ourselves points
It's
even
true.
when we meet the criteria.
It's true. Technically, we should have a point for every single line we get correct. That's how I feel.
No.
No!
I refuse to edit that.
Right now, go back to the entire story. Look, I know you want to continue, but look, go back to the entire story, count the lines that we get correct, and just throw those points in. Someone do that. Not me. Clank. I finally noticed. Both of my wrists and ankles had chains attached to them. As long as I sat here, I had enough slack that I could move about a little, but it looked like there wouldn't be nearly enough for me to get out of this place. Who would do something like this?
Once a witch has made your peace, you'll be their plaything forever. There's no way to escape.
Oh shit. Angie crossed her legs, making the chains clank together. She realized that no amount of struggling could have broken those chains. Getting panicky wouldn't accomplish anything. She must have had nerves of steel.
I really like this as the visual for how, like, characters are trapped in the story and can't be written up, like, outside of it.
Sure.
Because, like, the whole thing is, you know, Leon's like, oh, my memory's hazy after the story stopped writing about where I was. And then suddenly she's just stuck and chained to a chair.
It's pretty fucked up.
Ugh, it's such a great visual.
What do you mean, a witch's peace?
It's like being their slave. I made a deal once. I said I wanted to see my family to bring them back from that day. In exchange for making that a possibility, the witch turned me into a witch's peace. At least the witch kept her promise. I was able to see Oni-chan again.
You mean Battler-kun?
Well, I wasn't even able to tell him who I was. And in exchange for that short bit of time, I'm now trapped inside the witch's toy box for all eternity. Looks like you are too. Did you make some sort of contract?
Yeah, so this is interesting in that we've got an Angie who remembers everything, supposedly, and is now saying that she's, like, trapped in the toy box, which normally refers to pieces.
Yeah.
I just think it's interesting. Nothing of the sort.
Did you ever ask a witch to grant you a wish? Yeah, that was a massive soup.
It's okay.
Word soup.
Never. She taught me what a miracle my existence is. That's all.
Either way, neither of us is getting out of here. Okay, witches, what kind of show do you have for us this time? We moved from reading aloud to theater going. Am I supposed to watch someone else read aloud this time or what? If that's it, then start it up already. I'm bored enough as it is.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Angie yelled this to the pitch-black stage. Her voice reverberated throughout the theater, but no one gave an answer.
That sounds like editing instructions to me. Thanks for laughing at the joke, Ryuks.
God damn it, Ryuki. No, someone did. And that was also in a voice that rang out across the theater. However, that voice sounded theatrical, as though someone was announcing the start of a play. Oh boy. Here we go! Ooh, I think this must be Burn. Hit one more time. One more time. Oh shit.
What?
What happened on that day, you ask? I'm not telling, if only you just give up and die.
That's Ava, right? That's Ava's catch.
I guess it must have been, right?
Well, the rule was if it's impossible for us to tell.
I think it must have been Ava, actually, but we'll see. We'll see.
I'll take half a point.
Yeah.
Half a point for us.
Half a point for us, I'm good with it. And half a Coke can.
And half a Coke can?
Can we have half a Coke can?
Yep, okay, it's on.
I think it was Diet Coke for Ukishi and regular Coke for us. Because we don't
remember.
We don't want... We'll find out in editing. Whose voice was that?
That old hag. Was that Ava's voice?
Yeah, it was. Close enough. What does she mean by what happened on that day?
She's talking about the 4th and 5th of October in the year 1986. The day of the final family conference under Kenjima.
In other words, today. Today is October 4th, 1986. As a prelude to the family conference, Beatrice's funeral was held.
That's a surprise. So you've come here from October 4th, 1986. Tell me, what happened during those 2 days?
Jesus! The answer she seeks is inside the cat box. All I can tell her about is my close call with a sad life. However, I doubt that explanation will satisfy her. Oh boy. Then, a pillar of bright light pierced the stage.
What's happening?
Hey Claire, what up?
What up?
I thought we were done with you.
So did I.
I thought we cut you with golden petals and put you to rest. Hello. There stood a white shadow.
That's a fucking oxymoron.
Ooh, that's fun. That's a fun one. I'm using that. That white dress was obviously Claire's. Of course, Angie didn't recognize her. She looked suspicious, apparently wondering who in the world this was. However, even I felt as though something was wrong. Didn't she settle over her regrets in that funeral a short while ago, before being sent off into the next world? Ooh. She stood all alone in the narrow beam of light at the center of the stage, and the expression on her face was lifeless. The light began to grow brighter and brighter. It shone more and more fiercely on her until it became blinding just to look at her. Oh.
Ryukishi really is a fan of these lens flares.
He's like Steven Spielberg. I think. That's what he's known for, right? Anyway.
I don't think so.
Okay, maybe not. The well was enveloped by a light so bright that we couldn't open our eyes. Surrounded by a sound like wind or television static. And our minds began to go blank.
Mm-hmm.
This is fine. Their minds are going blank. Don't worry about it. This tension is nothing.
Okay, then.
There it is. Whoa! Hey, how's it going? I'm Hideyoshi.
I'm sorry. What?
This is a tea party, remember? They're blooming wonderfully again this year. It must be a pain to take care of all these. Pays for us, so I'm just looking at them. This is like EP1 all over again. I agree. We've got to thank the people who took care of them for us.
What is going on?
Get your invoice on!
But it is a bit lacking in grace. I prefer the way it used to be before Nissan decided to pile so much on. Your look did have its own charm, didn't it?
Ew! There's a reason why I wanted to wait till tomorrow to do this. Ew! I love roses. I'd like them even more if they didn't have thorns. Ew! It's Bella! He's having a great time!
This is the first time he's appeared in regular fashion this entire game.
It's true. He hasn't been here since he was Game Master.
Oh my god. Well, he did appear to give some confessional.
Oh, you're right. He was there for a minute. For a hot minute in the theater space.
He wasn't like regular game board self. Whoa. Rose Garden really takes me back. Totally forgotten about it in these past 6 years.
I guess it really has been that long. Both you and this garden have changed so much.
This jargon.
This jargon's changed so much.
Let me introduce you. This is Canon-kun, one of our servants. This is the first time you've met Battler, right?
Pleased to meet you.
You can just call me Battler. Nice to meet you. Shannon's here too today. Remember when we used to play together? Shannon, I totally forgotten. It really takes me back.
Ooh.
How's she been doing?
Ooh.
She's grown more and more beautiful these past 6 years. You should say hi to her later on.
Whoa. Shannon and George and Ichan are really good friends. Ew.
Yes, that's a secret.
If you want, everyone, allow me to guide you to the guest house. After enjoying the lovely welcome provided by the Roses and Goda, the relatives followed Goda, the best character, in the direction of the guest house.
I'm
having too much fun. I'm having too much fun here. October 4th, 1986.
Why are we here?
Rokenjima. In a world without Leon. On the day of the Oshumiya family conference. Oh boy. Good luck with this. Maria read a mysterious letter aloud after dinner, just as she had been told to. The writer of the letter claimed to be the Golden Witch Beatrice and challenged the family. Try and solve the riddle of the epitaph, otherwise I will take everything. It was Beatrice's announcement of the game's start, the same as the usual games. Had an unknown person appeared, related to the problem of the inheritance's distribution? Where was the 20 billion yen worth of gold hidden?
Where was it?
Where was it? What was the purpose of this letter? For what goal had it been written? I thought we'd answered all these questions. Who on earth is this Beatrice? I thought we knew all these things. It was the usual dinner on October 4th, where several bits of suspicion and paranoia intertwined. I thought we knew the answers to all those questions by this point.
I feel like it's more emphasizing the characters' feelings at this point than it is ours.
Oh, maybe.
But I'm still thoroughly perplexed.
I am a little tense right now.
I
don't like this win.
The faintest suspicion about what's about to happen. But I also don't think... I don't know. I feel like if we're ripping the guts out of the story, this is gonna be like the true tale or whatever. But I didn't think we were gonna get this. And if we did, I didn't think we were gonna get it until next episode. And this is the tea party.
It's true.
Which is normally like...
the wrap-up. Or the climax.
The short wrap-up climax.
Yes, usually. This is a bit different. This is like the start of a brand new game board.
This is so weird.
It is weird.
George, I'm sorry, but could you go to the guest house with the others? My apologies.
Shannon, take the children to the guest house. We will move straight on to the family conference.
Yes, as you wish.
Hey Shannon, what up?
Beatrice the Golden Witch, what a fascinating letter you've sent us. She's telling us to solve the epitaph. Ridiculous. That gold belongs to us. Why would we ever give it up to some outsider?
If we could just find that gold, we'd all be happy. No one would have to lose anything. Let's go, everyone. They'll be having an adult conversation from here on out.
Shh. Sounds like it's gonna get complicated. Come on, Maria, let's go.
Beatrice ceremony has begun. What a nerd.
Okay, everyone, I shall guide you to the guest house.
What a nerd. What a bunch of damn nerds. Alright. This is fine. What's all this about?
That's a very good question, Leon.
Leon knows what's up.
Probably a replay of one of the old games, or else an entirely new game. In all the games, October 4th happens pretty much the same way.
A new game? You mean a tale that hasn't appeared in any of the fragments so far?
There's no way they'd go to the trouble of chaining us down if they wanted to show us a game we already know. It's probably a new game. That means there should be a game master. Who is it? At which Burncastle?
I can't imagine so. Claire should have vanished already. There should be no need to spin up a new tale.
Beto's game board was hijacked by those evil witches long ago. Even Beto is nothing more than a piece in their games.
Just who is behind this and what are they after? What do they want to show us? Before this tale began, Claire definitely appeared on the stage. She is the teller of the tale of Beatrice's game. Beatrice the me from a world of a different fate. However, didn't she entrust everything to Will, who solved all of the riddles? There should be no need for her to make new riddles. In that case, it's been Castle using this tale to test me. Along with Will, I have at least touched the deepest depths of this tale and understood the culprit's heart, so even if an entirely new tale presents itself, I should be able to see through the riddles. Is that what my role is? Is my role to teach Angie about the truth of this tale? Do you know? Do you know the truth of this tale?
I have several theories, still none of those can give a conclusive answer. Truth is always inside the cat box. Can't say anything for sure.
In this world, Angie is absent on this day, so it's only natural that she doesn't know what happened. However, at the very least, I do know who the culprit is and what they were trying to do on this day. I think I finally understood my role in this.
What do you mean?
Apparently, you're here as a theater goer and I'm here as a commentator.
And as a commentator, what exactly is it you're going to explain for me?
You tell me, Felix. What do we do? After all, I know who's behind the crime that's about to occur.
What did you say? I feel like it's been a while since we heard this one.
The golden thinker.
Thinking about it straightforwardly, the only explanation I see is that someone's trying to make us solve the epitaph, hoping to then snatch the gold away for themselves.
I agree. If they'd already solved it, they could just take it. There'd be no need to challenge us to solve the riddle.
It's a prank by one of the servants. They must be hoping to pick up the scraps from the celebration if the gold is found.
Krause?
I cannot imagine that any of our servants would do such a thing. God damn it.
Nah.
10 points to us.
I'll be rid off. Or maybe one of us sent the letter pretend to be a servant. What? Wait, was it supposed to be Rosa? Was that supposed to be Rosa?
I think it was.
I hope not.
But you know what?
She didn't even appear on the previous screen.
We're getting points for that.
Yeah, we get 10, 20 points.
I'll stick with 10.
No, 20 points.
20 points.
20 points.
20 points.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a pain to edit that moment. If that's it,
Good
you're
luck.
the most suspicious one. You schooled Maria Chan on her part and made her read the letter, didn't you? I wouldn't do that.
Give that a rest, Ava. We can't jump to conclusions. Isn't this the time for us all to stick together?
God damn it, Ryuka.
Well, they're being reasonable, so it's probably not Ava. It's more likely to be Rosa or Krause, I think. Want to take a stab?
That's right, the aim of this strange letter is probably to disrupt our unity. The more we let it affect us, the more things will go the way of this Beatrice who sent it.
I like that our game, this tea party is just gonna be who is talking. This is not a fair game, Ryukashi!
100 points! 100 points for the remainder of this scene. For the remainder of this scene, every time we fuck it up, and it is not easy to tell, another 10. I don't want to be declaring them over and over again. Graysen's right. It would be best to simply ignore a letter like that from the start.
How are we supposed to fucking know who that was? This is what I've been saying this whole time. This sort of prank is not worth considering. Yes, that's it, exactly. Nope, that was Hideyoshi! What?
10.
Yes!
Another 10.
That's it, exactly. If a couple of improbable claims for damages get you flustered, you'll never be able to sell anything.
My husband's right. This is a child's prank, and taking it seriously is just a waste of time. If someone really wanted to shake up the inheritance issue, they'd come forward boldly instead of using something this roundabout. Curia.
I'll go with Curia. Yeah, this makes sense.
This is such a mess.
Why is it right now? Like, even, like...
Just go.
I just want to be clear. Hold on, I just want to say this. Look, even in episode 2, like, we have not had this many mess-ups since episode 2. Like, there's gotta be something weird going on here, and I reckon it's to do with Ryukishi's editing process, because we know he doesn't edit. I'm just trying to pin it on something. I don't think he edits, no. Very much.
Okay.
You've got it right there. Somebody probably wants to make us think there's another person trying to make demands about the inheritance, when their real goal is just to pick up the scraps.
That was another 10 points, that line. This is catch-up. This is our catch-up. This is
our catch-up episode.
Where we finally take the lead.
This is it.
I wonder if they'll ask for some hush money in exchange for staying out of the inheritance issue.
If that were the case, they should have written it into the letter.
And the letter is just a challenge, telling us to try to solve the epitaph or else hand over everything.
The culprit is trying to make us solve the epitaph's riddle.
Why are they calling him a culprit already? No one's dead.
I know. It's very weird. Nothing more, nothing less. So, it's simple. If we worry about this letter, we'd lose.
Indeed, I agree. After that big mysterious show, like something out of a mystery novel.
Wink.
We've all gotten a bit too wrapped up
like
in this.
Higurashi.
It seems we're all taking this too seriously.
But who did it? Such an aggravating thing to do.
If it wasn't a servant, then one of us must have written it. I'm not naming names, of course. Stop it. I really know nothing about this. Kids, Yoshi?
I guess so. Settle down. Anyway, what this letter says does make a bit of sense. All of us need money, and if possible, we need it right away. No one here has any objections to that, right?
God damn it!
I'm going with Rudolph.
10 points again.
No, I'm going with Rudolph on this one. Yeah, 10 points for us. Of course not. Whether it's money or love, you can never have too much. Kraus? Ava?
Yeah.
They want to split it. We can do this. Rosa. It's gotta be Rosa. They're being reasonable and they want to split it. It's probably Rosa.
We don't know when Father's inheritance will come to us. However, the goal of the epitaph is different. If we find it, we could just split it then and there.
It's kind of fun, actually. Keep going. Let's see if we can figure it. Ava.
In a sense, it's even closer to us now than the inheritance is.
Assuming we can solve the epitaph. Probably none of those are right. No! None of them were right!
10 points for each of the last 3 lines. Yeah. 30 points.
Everyone here has tried solving it on their own, yes? Curie asked the room at large, and everyone wordlessly nodded back. Here, we have 4 people who have inherited the blood of the one who made that riddle, and each has tried solving it on their own. That doesn't sound very efficient, does it? True, we've all been greedy and tried to do it alone. However, we've already reached a decision about how to split the gold up if it's found, and about acknowledging Umineko as a successor.
You demanded quite a lot in exchange. I wonder if we could solve that epitaph if we pool our efforts and work together.
2 heads are better than 1, and here we have 7.
Today we reached a general agreement about the inheritance problem. Why not take a shot at the epitaph for a bit of fun on the side?
Nice idea. Let's give it a try and call it a break. Can you hit the tips menu? I realize we haven't done that since we've entered this space. I just want to see if there's anything different going on.
Nope.
There's no, like... Oh, sorry, on characters. Is there... Do they show, like, all of the characters? Is Kinzo alive? Oh, he totally... Yeah, he's not counted as dead right now.
Well, yeah, but this is also in...
And also, let's see. Oh, you're right. It is.
7.
You're absolutely correct. It doesn't change at all. Well, that's fine. Ridiculous! Of course there's no hidden gold.
Hideyoshi?
Yeah, it's gonna be Kraus, right? Yeah, it's gonna be Kraus. He's trying to calm him down.
Just think of it as a game. Let's have Go-to-san bring us something cool to drink. We can take a break and play with riddles as a big, happy bunch of siblings for once.
That's gotta be it. Nailed it. Oh, 10 points to us.
Yep, that's 10 points.
10 points.
Father, okay. We've narrowed it down to 3 people.
I mean, it's probably not Rudolph. Rudolph would be more like Pokey, I think. I think it's gonna be either. I think it's gonna be Ava. Or gonna be Ava.
All right, let's go.
Let's go with it.
Well, the night is long. It would at least be more productive than pointless inquiries into Father's health.
I think Kraus.
I'll ring up Goto-san. He can bring us something. Let's have tea and sweets. I want a map of Taiwan. Jesus, Ava.
Ava, you nerd.
Ava's so fucking far ahead of the game.
Yeah, she's on top of it. Oh, is that Hope? Oh, good. Two shadows could be seen in the Rose Garden Arbor. It was George and Shannon's secret meeting.
Man, could you imagine if episode 1 had been this quick and efficient?
It would be very strange, I feel. I want you to take this ring.
It's yours, Summer.
I swear to love you all of my life. Not just now, while we're young. I swear to love you and keep you happy until we get old and go to our graves.
The other interesting thing I noticed, but I don't remember if I pointed out in this episode, is that we saw the arbor in Claire's story, and it was the old wooden arbor as opposed to this fancy looking thing.
Yeah.
And I was resolved in your claim that, you know, it was actually that we just, you know,
saw the inside, but
yeah,
it does look very different.
very different.
So I don't know what's going on there.
It's very confusing. Are there any lies or exaggerations in your words?
No, not one. I'm confident in my resolve to love you and build a happy household together with you.
What would this happy household be like?
Well, it will be full of happiness. We'll have a house with a car and a yard. And one dog. The yard will have a vegetable garden. The kids will run around and we'll smile down at them from the balcony. That's what our typical future Sunday will look like.
There's still 6 other days in the week, George! Get your plan together!
He's not prepared enough. Jesus
I just moved the mouse by hitting the table. That would be wonderful.
Oh.
What? Those two are going out? Shh. Well, you're so damn loud. Maria'll wake up. I see. Yeah, so that's how it is. Now that you mention it, they seem to have a pretty good mood going on there. That's right, we're about the age where you'd fall in love. We've changed a lot in the last 6 years. George Nissan used to be a bit unreliable, but he isn't anymore. That's what I thought. George Niki's got that air of dignity thing going on. Still, Shannon Chan and George Niki, that's a bit unexpected. We played together often enough 6 years ago, but I didn't think they were that close. Well, 6 years is a long time. These 6 years have been huge for all of us. Yeah, lots happened to me these 6 years, and to be honest, I've almost forgotten everything about Rikenshima. I've forgotten almost everything about you too, you piece of shit. Hey, that really hurts. Talking together like this, it feels as though we'd been teleported 6 years into the past. 6 long years, so long that I almost forgot everything. And it's coming back to me bit by bit. Shannon Chan. 6 years ago you were part of our group and we played together a lot, didn't we? Back then I think I might have liked Shannon Chan. That was the age when we were all overly self-conscious, in love with love. Bittersweet memories of jokes involving melodramatic, flippant words. Melodramatic, flippant words.
Words that don't mean anything.
That don't mean anything.
To anyone.
To anyone.
Certainly not Shannon.
Definitely not.
Certainly not any potential murderers.
What are you talking about? It was the witch, Ben.
It's all magic.
How the tables have turned.
Yeah.
Takes me back. I think I remember saying all kinds of stuff that'd be way too embarrassed to say now. God, just remembering it makes my face go red. Shannon might be a scatterbrain, but her memory's incredible. Guess I'll just have to ask her all about your dark, embarrassing history.
No.
I quit it 6 years ago. The statute of limitations gotta be up.
No.
I see, so Shannon Chan's going out with George and Nikki. What am I thinking? Could this be jealousy? I didn't really think about it until now, but that thing Shannon Chan and I had back then was probably my first love. Well, it's not like I have any right to be jealous after forgetting the whole thing until we met again.
Battler.
Battler,
I want to slap you in the damn face.
You silly boy.
Literally the worst character.
The worst protagonist.
The worst protagonist. A flawed protagonist, no less. Everyone knows the dad's hometown is Taishu in Taiwan.
You still choose Eureka nuts from there, time to time in memory of that place. Apparently he got hooked on that instead of smoking when he was young. I love how it's just like, I love how it was just like, hey, in case you didn't notice this thing in episode 5.
Yeah, they're really bringing it back. I thought that was in episode 4, honestly.
No, because it was in Natsui's story about our past with Kraus.
But in my first, like, thinking about the epitaph back in episode 3, I was like, is that episode 4 or episode 5? I can't remember.
There must be several rivers there with sweet fish swimming in them. It has several mountain streams that are famous sweet fish fishing spots. Anyway, you could probably find sweet fish living anywhere where the water was clean. We're completely stuck.
Maybe it was just some nearby creek father played in as a kid. He said sweet fish, but maybe we're looking for something more like carp.
I feel like Kyrie, I feel like...
It must be, it has to be. Or it could be some sort of metaphor. The river isn't necessarily a river with water flowing through it. What do you mean by that?
Nailed it.
Nailed it. 10 points.
20 points, we got Hideyoshi.
Holy shit. Well now, who knows? Kyrie has a point there. Isn't it a bit too early to be sure that Taiwan is his homeland, or that the Sweetfish River is a river with water flowing down it? If we look at it that way, we're just stuck again. The more you think about this riddle, the harder it gets.
That's it. This is just a riddle. Kyrie-san is right. We need to be flexible in our thinking. We're looking for a river near Taishu. That would have to be Danshui River. Are you even listening? We just said that it might not be the kind of river with water flowing down.
Oh god.
Is there any proof that this river is a Sweetfish River?
Don't yell at Rosa.
You're right, I'm sorry.
Well, it probably did have sweetfish in it. After all, Danshui doesn't mean freshwater. Makes sense that a freshwater fish like sweetfish will be swimming in it, as a fish does.
Sweetfish are freshwater fish, so Sweetfish River would be a freshwater river. Is that how we get Danshui River? Quite the word game.
I had way too much fun with that line. Now that's an interesting theory. Let's advance our reasoning a bit further. As you travel down the river, you will see a village. What's the name of the town at the mouth of the Danshui River?
The second one has got to be Kraus.
It's gotta, maybe. What's this?
Because remember, they went to Taiwan in episode 5.
You're right, they did. Alright, we'll go with Kraus for the second one. Yeah, that sounds right. He's even being
Take
romantic.
Hideyoshi.
I guess so.
Just take him.
It says Danshui here, maybe.
I went sightseeing in Danshui. It was a calm and gentle harbor town. Beautiful sunsets.
It's being all romantic.
Kyrie?
Sure. Did you find the shore the two will tell you of?
Not really. It doesn't ring any bells. I guess the beloved hometown wasn't in Taiwan. Is that 30 or 40 points?
40.
40 points.
Definitely 40.
God damn, we're catching up.
We're so good at this.
We're so good at this game.
Look at how good we are. Ryuguchi, we're right behind you. This is the game you want us to focus on. Who is talking?
Even if we get more points, we're still half a Coke can behind, though.
It's true! The monster. Was it Tiger?
Might have been Odawara, after all. If we can't discount any possibilities, then we won't get anywhere. We can't even get past the first line of the epitaph. Quiet, you're distracting me. It has to be Taiwan.
God.
Father wouldn't describe any other place as beloved.
That is one thing we can agree upon. To this very day, Taiwan is the homeland of Father's heart. Oh my god.
It's probably best if we don't spend too much time on the first line. I'm going to take a look at the others. Just a quick peek starting at the first twilight.
Me too. I'll leave the Sweetfish River to you, Umineko, and have a go at the second half. On the first twilight, offer the 6 chosen by the key as sacrifices. How mysterious. Oh boy. Oh no.
Ava?
It must be Ava. It has to be.
I've got it.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
10 points. Ava suddenly muttered. All the others spun around to look at her. Ava was flipping through the pages about Taiwan with incredible force, then found the page she was looking for and slammed the book open so hard that it almost tore. This whole time, the book had been open to the page with place names. As far as the overall mass of information went, this seemed the most useful page to start from. However, the page Ava opened to was very limited in the scope of its information. It was a map of railway lines.
As you travel down the river, there's a village. A village. There it is, the village. What are you talking about, Ava? Explain yourself. Quiet, there's a shore to and a mouth. I'm not sure what it means by the two, but there definitely is a village and a shore and a mouth. This has to be it. This definitely is the village where the key to the gold sleeps.
Hey, calm down. Explain it so we can understand too. The Danshui line, I see. So the Sweetfish River was actually a railroad called the Danshui line. Well, I doubt there are any sweetfish swimming in it. You monster.
Look, if we follow the Danshui line down, there's a station that used to be known as Kiriga. Look at the characters and it's written it. There's a village, a mouth, and a shore.
She's right. There's a village, mouth, and shore.
As you travel down the river, you'll see a village. True, that's the only station on the Danshui line that has the character for village in its name.
That's probably Kraus. Oh well. I see, it's like a code pointing towards the station's name.
This has to be it, there's no doubt. We just need to look a bit further and we'll definitely find out what the two who speak means. Look, this is it. The region around the region around the station has the same name except with the mouth in the second character. That makes a total of 2 mouths in Kirigan, and those are the two who speak. Incredible, Nason. This has to be it.
Does this mean that the key is hidden somewhere in this town of Kirigan? That's why. I wonder. The whole riddle so far has been a word game. If so, isn't it likely that the sleeping key is also a word game?
I agree. On the first Twilight, the key selects 6 sacrifices, right? So it's hard to imagine that it's actually something key-shaped.
Whoa, this is getting damn interesting.
Offer up the 6 chosen by the key. Let's think of a key that's somehow related to this. And let's break down the name Kirigan. I'm absolutely sure that it's a word game. This has to be. Think, everyone.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, we're back.
That's interesting. Though this rain would get me down if I were alone, it feels nice and cool when you're by my side.
It's about time for us to head back. I'm keeping Kanan-kun waiting.
You're right. And I probably kept Jessica-chan and Battler-kun waiting.
Brings back good memories. Remember when the 4 of us used to play together? It was a lot of fun back then too.
To me, it's a lot more fun now, because I get you all to myself.
Oh, George-sama.
They laughed at George's melodramatic line. However, George's laugh seemed just slightly forced.
George-sama?
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I guess I still have a bit of an inferiority complex when it comes to Battler-kun.
An inferiority complex?
Like Uncle Rudolph, he's lively, interesting, and just full of energy. He's much more attractive than I am. I can tell how much he outshines me when we're together.
That's not true. You're very accomplished and attractive. You aren't worse than Battler-sama in any way.
Really?
Yes, really.
The truth is, when I first heard that Battler-kun would be coming back this year, I wasn't happy about it.
Why not?
6 years ago, Battler-kun was the one who was really close to you. I wanted to get closer to you, but I just couldn't manage to get between the two of you. You two just looked so good together that I could do nothing but watch on longingly.
Is that how it was? Wasn't it just Battler-sama making fun of me one-sidedly? Damn!
There's so much subtext here, which he's like, I just want you to tell me more, George. Tell me about your feelings, but I'm dying on the inside. Of course, you looked incredibly good together. There's no doubt about that. I was sure that you two were going out.
At the ripe old age of 12. It never happened, you're overthinking it.
You're overthinking it, no! I really am pathetic. I was afraid that when I handed you this ring today, you'd refuse.
Why is that? Why should I refuse your ring, George-san?
Because Battler-kun came back. I was afraid that you might like Battler-kun even now, and that now he's here, you wouldn't have any use for me.
George-san, please look at this. See the silver glint on my ring finger? What do you think that is?
You're right. Sorry. What's got me so shaken, I wonder? I'm probably still jealous of him now that he's gotten even cooler these past 6 years. How pathetic.
No, it's okay. Those feelings are a sign that your love for me is strong. You don't want to give me up to anyone. If you're worried about my feelings switching to Battler-sama, just love me all the strongest so that such a thing would be unthinkable. Love me so much that I don't have time to think about other men. I'm scared too. I'm sure you'll meet many women in the future who are much more attractive than me. You might tire of me when I don't match up to your expectations. It scares me to think that I might not be able to grasp hold of your feelings for the rest of my life.
There's no need for you to be scared of that. I swear to love you all of my life.
But even though I swore the same thing, you're having trouble believing it just because Battler-sama came back.
That love, it can't be seen, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. As Shannon giggled, George finally realized that his own lack of confidence had hurt her.
I fallen for a wonderful man named Ashiramiya George-san. And this is a man who has sworn to love me all his life, and who's given me a ring as a sign of this oath. With this ring here on my ring finger, I can give an honest confession.
Sure.
Yes, as you said, I did like Battler-sama 6 years ago.
I think I probably liked him more than you. However, that was 6 years ago. Now things are different. In these 6 years I've sorted out my feelings for Batlasama and cut myself off from them along with the memories of the past. Now I exist only to love you.
Now, mind you, this is Shannon.
Yeah.
Right? I'm sure you're very aware of this, but Shannon says, I exist only to love you. This is a character that has been constructed, essentially, to love George.
I know.
Because Beatrice is the one that loves Battler. Like, theoretically, Shannon could even say, I love only George, right? In red, or something like that. But the person behind all of this is a little bit more complicated, right? Shannon spoke clearly and strongly. George gave a single, uncertain laugh. It was probably the same sort of laugh that George of 6 years ago had made. Then, he stretched resolutely and hugged Shannon without saying a word. In that moment, he said goodbye to the person he had been 6 years ago. Oh, boy. Oh.
Wait, what? We're getting a chapter end in the middle of a tea party.
This is weird. We're going for 45 minutes. Do you want to just keep going, or I don't actually remember how often that's gonna happen, but
I don't know. I think next time on.
Okay, fair enough. Oh god. That thunder though. Oh, it's the chapel. We're here. Well, I guess we'll see you guys next time.
Indeed we will.